Shona Oluwatola will present her remarks. Shona graduates today with her PhD, and her work reminds us that policy can change lives in extraordinary ways. Before coming to RAND, she helped shape national policy initiatives in Nigeria, contributed to digital health programs serving millions of people, and helped develop tools designed to improve maternal health across hundreds of healthcare facilities. At the same time, she's remained deeply committed to education, technology, and public service while building bridges between research and real-world impact. Today, she's joined by her husband, Dr. Toby Oluwatola, family members and close friends here in Washington, D.C., and by loved ones who are watching the live stream from Nigeria. And we are especially happy that her mother, Pauline, father, Segun, and siblings, Kayode, Bayo, and Elsie, are able to celebrate this moment, even though virtually. Please join me in welcoming Nate Barola, Mehrdad Kavani, and Shona Oluwatola.
Good day, everyone. A few years ago, I was sitting in Nigeria working on a national development project when I came across a RAND report. At that time, I was simply looking for some evidence to help solve a problem. I didn't know that one report, which may have been from one of the faculty members here today, would eventually change the course of my life. As I dug deeper into RAND work, I discovered the RAND School. I read about a place where people tackled complex problems and where teaching was viewed not only as a responsibility, but as a calling. I decided to apply. I reached out to 2 RAND alumni. Both were generous with their time. One shared advice about the application process. The other, a fellow Nigerian, reviewed my application, encouraged me, and helped me understand what RAND was all about. Unfortunately, I applied and I did not get in. I was waitlisted for months. I secretly hoped that someone maybe in the room would change their plans. But unfortunately, nobody did. And to make matters worse, I also learned that I had to reapply again, and I did not get an automatic place the following year. So I had to start all over again, so I reapplied. The same alumnus once again gave me his time, reviewed my essay, and encouraged me to try again. And in 2022, I was accepted. And the time, the admission was given, I thought all I was going to get was just the admission, but I was wrong. Because that alumnus continued to support me when I arrived, we stayed in touch, we became friends. 2 years later, we reconnected. We started talking about marriage, and today is my husband. So yes, RAND gave me a PhD, but apparently it was also a very successful matchmaking program. That story has taught me something about this institution. When we think about what we gained here, it's easy to focus on the technical tools, the research, and the endless revisions. Those things matter, don't get me wrong. But when I reflect about my experience, and I'm sure I'm not speaking just for myself, but I'm speaking for the entire class of 2026, I realized that the most valuable thing that this institution gave us was people. People like the alumni who answered emails from someone they had never met. People like the faculty who challenged us, invested in us, and believed in us even more than we believed in ourselves. People like fellow students who became sounding boards, companions, and literally became family when family members were far away. People like Stephen Popper, who invited me for the first Thanksgiving, even though I'd never worked with him on a RAND project. People like Cynthia Q, who graded my work and later became a trusted mentor. People like Zara, an upper year student who cared for me after surgery, reminding me that the RAND community extends beyond the classroom. And many others whose fingerprints are all over our lives as we witness this moment today. As we leave RAND today, we enter a world obsessed with optimization, so much discussion about artificial intelligence, algorithm, and all of that. These tools will continue, and more tools will continue to transform how we work. But what cannot replace that is the human relationship that has been meaningfully worked to make that possible. The biggest challenges we face, whether in health, security, or climate, will not be solved by our expertise alone. They will be solved by people who know how to work together, people who are willing to ask for help, learn from the perspective of others, and choose partnership over isolation. RAND taught us those skills every bit of time that it taught us analysis. Today, we live for different cities, different sectors, and different futures. Some of us may become researchers, some policymakers, and some leaders of organizations that we've never imagined. But wherever we go, I hope we remember that we do not go alone. We live with something more valuable than a degree. We live with a community, a network of people who challenged us, who supported us, and who shaped up. So my hope for all of us is simple. I hope we all stay connected. I hope we stay helpful. I hope we don't miss the emails about the free food. And remember that as you go into the world, you have an army of us backing you. Congratulations, class of 2026. I cannot wait to see what we would accomplish together. Thank you.
Nihar Hareen Chachawala, hooded by Beth Lockman.